game-wise 5 hours just to get the fields prepared before I can even plant anything in them. But I don't care, because that's the whole thing. But I don't need a 500 horsepower tractor. I don't need to do a Jeremy Clarkson, where I get a huge tractor and then I can only afford small machinery, and then I don't have any land to actually work it on. But yeah, starting from scratch is a good thing. For something like this sort of series, I tend to go farm manager, because, and again, it's a research thing. Is the engine on? The engine is on. But if I go farm manager, I can buy a little bit more, so there's a bit more I can do to make a series more interesting. You know, you can't afford a mature farm, but you can definitely afford a farm that has a couple of tractors, a lot of land. You've got the freedom to employ workers to do some of the stuff, so I could have 2 tractors, send a worker out ploughing the fields that need to be ploughed, and I could get on with planting a couple of them or something like that. But we're always, you know, there's something different to be done. This episode, I've spent the entire episode cutting grass, baling grass, wrapping grass. Oh, I said I was going to check the JCB. Let's get this unloaded and then we'll do that. But it's all, you know, it's a lot of different things that I can do, which is why I tend to, for an internet series, go, or a big internet series, go farm manager at the least. Pull forward a bit, and then we'll jump to JCB, which is right there. And yeah. Get the next round of bales loaded. There are so many bales here. This is... But very occasionally, you know, it's even for an internet series. We did it with Ungetsheim. I will just say, I am playing this start from scratch. We are bare minimum. And let's see where we end up. I might do that, yeah. I'm kind of undecided at the moment, because obviously the earlier I start a series, the longer it has to run for, or the fewer so-called cheats are available. Yeah, the easy developer toolkit allows you to basically cheat in enough money, and that's what I did. This one was, we got in enough money to make the farm large enough that it was, you could consider it to be a mature ongoing farm, as opposed to starting out and fighting your way to, you know, riches and glory, or whatever it is. Oops, I missed that one. Let's try that again. Oh, we're already up to 50,000. Yay. Don't need that. That's the one we're doing. Yes, and there are, you know, obviously there's aspects. When I can use a worker, I will for some tasks, but it's really because I've got a lot of things to do. Obviously, Follow Me is a great time saver. I don't have to, you know, this job would have taken me not twice as long, but we'd probably just be starting out wrapping if if I didn't have the Follow Me mod, and that won't be available when Farm Sim 22 starts. But this whole, I would have to have baled everything myself. If I didn't have a mowing kit that swathed the rows, I would have had to have come out with another piece of equipment to windrow all the grass. So I'm appreciative of some AI tools to get jobs done. But when I start out a farm, I'm not looking to do that, or I'm looking to do that as little as possible, because for that first year, especially if you're playing with seasons, the money you start with needs to see you to the point where you're going to sell your first year's crops, or you can get some contracts done and up the money. That's something I did on overtime. I started from scratch. I spent probably half the money on land. The tractor was 20,000-30,000. We needed a plough, a seeder, fertilizer spreader. So we got all of that stuff, but then I spent the entirety of that first year, we did 50 contracts. It's probably just short of 50 contracts when we got to fall. But I was blitzing fertilizer contracts for the summer because I didn't have a harvester and I couldn't afford one. And I needed £100,000 just to buy that initial harvester. So that's a thing. But as I was saying, Farm Sim 22, we are probably going to be able to leverage some of that because information has it that we are going to have tractors from the 1990s available. So we're not, when I look at the tractors we have available now, that one, and they're good, strong tractors for the price. Everything else is a mod back there. This one, 150 horsepower, 15 miles an hour. Well, that sucks. It doesn't have a front linkage. I don't think you can have a front loader on it. No, you just have standard and wide twin narrow tyres. So it's got the tyre options, but it's really a basic tractor and it really doesn't go very fast. This one, you've got the speed. You can do 31 miles an hour. You can take it up to 150 horsepower. It does have a front loader attacher, so it's a little bit more functional, but it's you put all those things on, it's going to push it up to 100,000. You go to medium tractors, we've got the Case, and that is pretty much all we have until you get into my mods. And large tractors, there's nothing. Nothing new or nothing old at all. Now, having the ability to buy more old tractors and potentially some small two-wheel drive pieces of equipment, that's going to make a start from scratch, in my mind, easier. You're limited to the smallest of field equipment, but you're going to be able to get away with not spending half your income or half your starting budget on vehicles with engines in them. Oh, back up. Oh, we're going to end up overlaying those. I'm not, and that's one thing, I'm not sure they're going to do a huge reveal on a lot of stuff. So we're probably going to see the 2022 models, so things like the Massey Ferguson 8S, 7S, you know, the nice shiny things. You know, they're going to showcase probably something like this, possibly something like this, probably and yeah, it might not be the T7, it might be the T6, it might be the T5, but they're going to showcase the new models. When you think about the information they gave us pre-release on 19, I don't think we saw the Fiat as a you know, what do they call it? Fact sheet Friday. Yeah, I don't think we'll get fact sheets on the really old equipment, but we know there's going to be at least some of them, and that's going to help the start from scratch farmer get his things done. Okay, we are wrapping is done. I don't know, maybe we'll keep this. What is it? I don't know. Okay. I can fold that up. Now I'm going to look back and say, oh, I missed one. Nope, it doesn't look like I did. Okay, that's cool. So I want to pay attention and only pick up 10 bales. We have 2. But yeah, I mean, you're right. We will. You know, they have said we're getting more equipment, but also, I mean, some of the equipment we are kind of used to using is probably not going to be considered base game. It's going to be first week mods. Kind of like the old Ursus round baler and pickup trailer. They were base game 17. They were first week mods on 19. And I did download those quite quickly because round balers are much cheaper than square balers. We're also getting a conventional baler, aren't we? Which will be nice. So we'll be making 600 litre bales rather than 4,000 litre bales. And having something like that is going to make doing contracts on, or grass contracts on maps like the Old Stream Farm a lot easier to do, because you'll be able to tailor the number of bales you make or you ship to the sell point much closer to the amount of product that the contract's calling for you to deliver. As I said before, you know, small maps with small fields can be very challenging and risky to do a grass contract, because you need 11 bales, you've only managed to make 10, and you're like 300 litres of grass short for that 11th bale. And then you've done everything you can on that field. Conversely, you've got a conventional baler, and that's going to be really nice, because 600 litres, okay, I'm going to need whatever it works out to. 40 small bales, but I've just made 42. We going? What's this basket for? Alright, speed limit sign just up ahead. So this should see the contract done. Of course, I might be wrong, but I think we're 90% shipped. What I might do is empty the bales away from the sell point and push them in one at a time until we get contract complete. they're the sort of tractors obviously I used to see when I was a kid driving around the countryside. Not so much because that's what the farmers used, but that's all that was available in those days. That was the newest tractors. Okay, let's stop there. Jump out. We are way off on the delivery point, so I can now let those all just slide out nicely. Off you go. I'm probably wedged right up against the... It will be. I'll be stabbing a hole in the wall of that caravan. Oops. Okay, we are just hitting the edge of the sell point. 95, 97. Oh. I am surprised. I actually didn't expect us to end up with that few of a number of bales. So we'll drop that there. And we'll drop that on top of it. So we are contract done as far as the bales is concerned. I am getting stuck on the tractor. So we can fold that up. Back off so that the caravan's not interfering with the pickup arms folding mechanism. And we'll unfold that there. So of course the advantage with this piece of kit is once the bale's grabbed, it's no longer a map object. So the sell point can't see these bales, they are invisible. So we won't inadvertently sell the bales as we reverse out. Which on a regular flatbed trailer, I think we've only got the one. Oh no, we've got two trailers that are conventional. So we've got the small Ivor Williams that we haul behind the Land Rover typically, and we've got the Johnston Brothers, which we can configure for wood, animals or bales. Or pallets, just shopping general. But if I pulled those up here, they would just sell bales off the back. Potentially more than I actually want to sell. So we've managed to rescue 2 extra bales. So yay for that. And then we've got whatever is left on the field that also needs to get collected. Then we'll collect the income for this. So that's 243. Long hauler, good morning, long time no see. How is the world today? Or how is your world today? I'm actually planning steaks this afternoon. We bought a quarter of a cow a couple of weeks ago, and I'm being bad passing on with a side turn. But yeah, we've got a bunch of steaks, so I figure we're going to have steak today, and baked potatoes, and I don't know what else. Kind of have to figure out what's for lunch tomorrow because I might need to go to the store and buy things. And here we are. Yeah, I was kind of talking to Mrs. Osa about it. And we don't usually have steak. And it's not so much because I don't like steak. It's more a case of I'm not paying that price for a steak. But when you buy quarter of a cow, it's sort of, you're just paying for the cow's weight. You're not paying for, oh, this is a steak and this is hamburger and this is stuff. So, that's never a good thing. But yeah, it's sort of a case of, well, since I'm not paying, $13 per pound for a steak or a roast, or sometimes more than that, it's just the basic cost of the weight of a cow. Yeah. We did this time, we took fewer steak cuts and roast cuts. Some of the roasts we had, it was sort of, don't really need this one. So we sort of didn't order them as part of the cut this time, which means we got hamburger instead of those particular cuts. But the ones we do use, we did order as much as we could. We have a friend who grows cows, so we just get ours from him. And maybe this time we will be ordering cows a little bit more frequently. Oh, jeez, not again! Seriously, I would love to have a lock on that. For crying out loud! Oh. But yeah, because we've ordered less or fewer steaks and fewer roasts, we will probably consume it a lot quicker than we did with our last quarter cow. And we'll be shopping for less hamburger this time because we had more of it made as hamburger. Unfortunately, we only have the freezer space for a quarter cow, and the usual, frozen veg, frozen fries, and ice cream and that type of thing. Because we also have another friend who grows pigs, and it would be nice to be able to buy from him as well. My company got quite nice last year. They added, short-term sick pay, which normally you have to pay for, and we generally don't bother because we have an emergency fund, and you've got your vacation days, and it only lasts for the first 30, maybe 90 days that you're sick, paying you 2/3 of your salary, and then you trip over into long-term health coverage or long-term sick coverage, which obviously we do have. But my employer decided, we're going to provide that for free. So we said, well, that's kind of nice. We won't say no. They also added, where am I going? Oh, there's the hole. I'm going to park this. I guess I'm going to park this pointing towards the PGA on the grass verge, which is probably not something I should do. It looks like we're going down to we'll go down to the sawmill and park there because they have a bigger verge. But they also added vision and dental, which we didn't have before. So I don't know what the deal is, but basically my employer has decided we're going to provide you more stuff with less out of pocket, or more of the small stuff with less out of pocket, or with no extra out of pocket. Obviously, our health insurance, the out of pocket did go up because that's just got more expensive from one year to the next, but it's not. As I'm trying to say, they provided some additional benefits within that price increase. So that's nice, I guess. Okay, this time we are going to get this thing cleaned, and we're also going to stick it in the shop for maintenance. We are probably going to use this tractor one more time this year before the snow falls. And that will be for our grass cut. What I might do is leave all of this equipment. We'll take the equipment down to the end of the yard. Just drop it there. And then we'll put the tractor away. And I'll do with the same with everything else that we have as well. Actually, I need someone to bring the baler in as well, don't I? So. I'll go get the baler as well. Since this is the tractor that left the farm with it. But I'll use the JCB for parking the stuff because, as I've said, that shed is not particularly friendly for the larger tractors to get in and out of. But the JCB's not coming back to the farm for probably another 18-20 hours, I guess. Depends how long it takes to sell all of that silage. Baler. If I go, I don't know if I'm going. Okay. I guess we can take advantage of follow me here, and we'll take everything back together. Okay, engine, drive, we'll probably do this from the driver's seat as well. Yes, and that is always going to be true until the country collapses. I mean, I'm from the UK, so we pay 40% effectively income tax. Now, it's not all called income tax. Some of it is social security payments, but they cap out, I think, at an income level of 20,000, but they count as 15% of your income up to 28,000. So if you're earning below 28,000, then you're paying 25% in tax and 15% in social security. And then if you're earning more than 28,000, everything over the 28,000 is at 40% tax. And it's all to cover, you know, the National Health Service and everything else. Now, some people will get their own private health insurance. That's the thing. With the UK, private health insurance is not illegal. So you can pay for your own if you want, but obviously it, kind of like homeschooling, you're paying for